Alright, hello and welcome to another replay video. Now usually, especially whenever it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, whenever you see a replay video, it's generally a pop-off or, some deck really going off and showing off or something impressive. But today we're going to be taking a look in this video at some examples of what not to do, specifically with counter fairies. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of counter fairies. It's not a very fun deck to play or to play against. It just sits there and doesn't really do much, just negating, doesn't have much real interaction to it. But it's a cheap deck. It's something you can get fairly cheap and still, have a decent time with, have some success with. So I'm okay with it in that aspect. So if it's a deck you're thinking of picking up or playing or this and that, this is what not to do, basically. And it involves a lot of blind negation and interesting choices. So as you can see, we're playing against counter fairies. Broken line, just don't play that. It's really bad. You'd have to have 5 of them set, which isn't possible for it to be productive. I guess you could play it against pendulums and the scales, but that's still, you could just play other cards instead. It's very, very suboptimal. But anyway, we'll go ahead and roll this one here. So who's going first? He'll Ties and Ariadne, which is a decent setup. This one, I don't like this one at all. It just gets you life points, which doesn't do much, especially if you just have Ariadne and Scale, you're not paying the cost anyway. Artemis is obviously good. I probably would have gone for like an Honest and bounced that back for a little bit more of a play there, but he has the drop off, he has Strike and Broken Line. Now, going into the draw phase, he uses drop off, which first turn is decent because it could give you some knowledge of what they're playing, so you know what to kind of stop, but it's just when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, so there's, better times that you could use that card. There's definitely better applications of it, especially in what we're playing. So he'll go ahead and, draw a card and let us take a knowledge out of our hand there. We have 2 Thunder Dragons, so that kind of sucks for a normal Alistair, but we, hard drew Invocation, so we can go ahead and just kind of bait out a strike with his effect there. We can Invocation into a Mechaba, add back. And we'll just go ahead and swing over the Artemis because it's the only one that's actually really doing anything on the field. And we'll set up with a Scapegoat as well. He did draw 2 cards, so he's not set up terribly. And he'll go for Lightning, which, again, outs our Mechaba there. So he still has a drop-off, a Grand Horn, a Broken Line, which will be relevant. Don't you worry. But end phase, we will have Scapegoat, so obviously that Lightning is going to go by the wayside. Now, I figured we'd have to go through a lot of negates here, but again, he knows what we're playing. He still just drop-offs immediately. We go for Link Spider, and he goes for Grand Horn of Heaven, which you could even say it was to make us waste our battle phase, but he has a Lightning up on the field, so why does it matter? It's just so many just wrong choices. Also, we'll go for a second Link Spider. We'll normal summon Alistair because we're going to go Ningirsu down here, but of course, we put it in the zone with a fucking Broken Line and got hit by that. So that won't be happening anytime soon. So we'll just have to go ahead and make the Ningirsu up there, send our Field Spell and his Lightning, and then grab another copy of the Field Spell for next turn. But as you can see, he doesn't have any resources. He'll Duality. I figured he'd grab the Strike to go ahead and hit our Alistair on our turn. But he'll go ahead and grab Ties of the Brethren, which he won't resolve. So on our turn, since he has no back row, we can just go ahead and summon Alistair. We can go ahead and make a Mechaba. We have 2 copies of Alistair available to us, so we'll go ahead and ditch one to get over the Minerva. Swing there, and then we'll actually go ahead and set the Judgment, so we have a Monster Negate and anything Negate. He'll top deck into another Ties, almost like he shouldn't have picked Ties of the Brethren. And we'll just be able to top deck and do Alistair here, go Battle Phase, and ditch that for a game there, just out of any fear for what his one back row could be. But again, that's just don't do that. And we have another one we'll get into as well, and you shouldn't do that either. Okay, now we're down here at the bottom playing UA, and this is actually the situation I see more. This is a more traditional build of the new kind of fairies. I guess Sanctuary in the Sky is a little bit optional with the new Sanctuary of Parashat thing. As you can see, I didn't actually look at the deck before, but there's definitely some interesting choices in there in Negate Attack. Okay, I didn't see that before, but he has Divine Punishment, which negates anything with Sanctuary. He has Demise, he has Strike, so it's not bad, especially all in combo with the Ariadne, and we're just down here with a suboptimal UA hand. And back to what I was originally trying to say is, this is what I see more is like a standard build of the deck, but with a blind negation strategy. And you'll see what I mean in a second here. So we'll obviously just set a warning and a scapegoat there. He'll go for Sanctuary, Ariadne, Kara Demise. We're just going to solve the Minerva because we might as well get it off the field since he won't be summoning anything else. And he'll actually go ahead and draw into a Desires there, and he'll have Sanctuary up with Ariadne, Divine Punishment, Solemn Strike, Divine Punishment, Solemn Strike. So he's set up to negate pretty much anything we can throw at him. Like, he could just wait for an Nagirasu and strike that. But that's not what's going to happen because he'll strike a Mrs. Radiant. Okay, we'll add back the Mrs. Radiant. He'll strike a Mrs. Radiant. Okay, we'll go for a field spell. He'll Divine Punishment that. Okay, we'll go for Signing Deal. He'll Divine Punishment that. And we're still ending with another Scapegoat set here. Now he'll Duality into, you figure, a Strike to stop anything we throw out. He'll grab something to inflict battle damage. Don't know why. And Phase will go for a Scapegoat, and he'll scoop it up there as, you know, obviously we can just kind of go ahead and put some 1 monsters on board there, and he has no resources left. And that's case 2 that you really never want to do. You know, even if you make your choices right, pick the right cards, and set everything up right, and, you know, don't blind negate, pick things to negate, hold on to your resources, because that's one of the problems with counter fairies is you lose your resources. If your opponent can burn through all your back row and you don't have a way to recover it, you don't have a demise or anything, you're not getting back into the game, so you want to hold on to the resources and hit your opponent where it hurts most. So anyway, just some things I wanted to show off there. Again, this is just another replay video for today because my computer crashed after a lot of heavy editing that was not saved. So we're bringing some easier videos out today, but we got 2 of them to make up for that, hopefully. But anyway, usual plugs at the end of the episodes, just short ones because this was a shorter video. A link to my Twitter, Discord, and Patreon down in the description, especially the Patreon, please. I'm broke as fuck. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Why did I say I will? I always say ow. I said I will. What the fuck was that?